All right, mi amigos, what's happening? How you doing? All good? I'm hoping you are. Cryptocurrency just did something very, very insane, and I want you all to see this. So today's video, we're going to talk about Bitcoin, we're going to talk about the total market cap, we're going to talk about Ethereum, and we're going to talk about Cardano specifically. One other thing we're going to talk about is a viewer, I believe is a new viewer. We're going to talk about a new viewer comment as well, what they asked for basically. So they were talking about a specific coin, not coin actually, I don't even know if it's a coin, but it was a project called Strong Node. So I'll talk about that as well. I did promise them. And you know, on this channel, guys, my name is Sham. I like to make videos regarding cryptocurrency market especially, but more importantly, I'm all about the viewers, right? So you, the viewer, I'm here to help you. If you have questions or anything like this, or you want to know my opinion, I'll happily and gladly tell you. So whenever you have something in the comments, and I try to reply to all the comments as long as they're not scammy, I do reply, and regardless, whatever, doesn't matter, your opinions are yours. So if you feel negative, I'll still give you a like, a thumbs up. So that's the way I go forward, right? I never take anything to heart. It's all good. Everybody's, everybody can keep their own opinion. It's absolutely fine. So I'll talk about this, and now what I'm going to do is I'll talk about the strong node in a bit. Let's go straight through the market and see what's going on. So let's refresh this. Yep, that's refresh, right? So we can see we're at the $1.947 trillion market cap. You can also see this, I believe here, yes, almost $1.95 trillion. It was kind of freaky what we saw yesterday, right? Very, very freaky. And those of you guys who are new to the channel, please subscribe, like, and share. And hopefully we can grow this channel together and we can see loads of awesome stuff as well, right? So if you're new to the channel, please hit that like button. It really, really does help the algorithm. It's not for me, it's for the YouTube, right? So let's grow this channel together. So we had a massive rebound. Now, yesterday we were down about 5-6%, and then all of a sudden we're up. So technically, from where we were down to where we are right now, we're about 9% up. Also, yesterday, I don't know if you remember, I did show on a short, I did show that we were like 11-12% down here. Currently, you can see we're closing the gap, which is brilliant, right? So absolutely fine what we're seeing. Plus, we can see the volume kicking in as well, right? So when we're looking at certain stuff, we can see, you know, some of these volumes are very positive, and I'll show you a little bit more on this volume as well, because there was another thing that happened that was kind of awesome, right? So I was talking to someone on WhatsApp, like on one of my personal groups, and I sent a picture. I don't even know if I've got the picture. Let me see if I've got it in the bin somewhere. No, I don't. I deleted it, right? So I took a picture of something, and I'll show you what I took a picture of, right? So it's easy for me to just show it on the map. So this is one of my own scripts, and I've shown this to many people many times before. And let me move it to a new panel below, right? So you can actually see this properly, right? It was awesome when I saw this, right? So I was looking at this particular indicator, you know, one of my own thing, right, as I said. And what I saw, sorry, actually, my bad. I just put it on the existing one. I shouldn't. It should be on a new panel. Let me get on a new panel. Move to new panel above, right? Above or below, whatever, doesn't matter. I just moved the wrong one. But what we're looking at is this particular area here, right? This particular indicator here, what we're looking at, and we're saying, right, okay, we know where it is right now. Question is what was this indicating to us? And I'll switch it off just to show it to you, right? So we know we had red candles here. These were red candles, right? But what was actually happening inside the actual volume candles, even though they were red, were they actually exactly properly red, or were they not? So when I started focusing on this particular area here, let me move this down and bring this up, right? So you can see what's going on. So what we saw, or let me zoom in as well. So what we saw was actually we did have, like, you know, loads of red here. And if you move it over to the weekly, you can even see where we had the worst scenarios, like where we've just come out of. So this was all bearish, right? And if you look carefully on the weekly, you can see, right, what this is indicating. This is indicating this particular zone where we were very bearish up to here. And then things started to change. You can see the blue color, which signifies that we ended up being more bullish, right? And bulls were in more control inside the volume candles. So again, when you move it over to the daily, you can see that since 20th of July, right, technically the bulls have been mostly in control, and this is the volume. So what we're talking here is, has there been more buys or sells? So you can relate this and say, well, the purple is the sell and or shorts, or here you can say longs or buys, and this is what I saw. So I sent a message and I said, wow. And everyone's like, wow, what? Like, and I'm like, wow, go and have a look for yourself, because it is insane what I'm seeing right now, right? Because of what I saw. And, you know, truly it is, right? Because if you look at it, how bullish we were in these candles, even in these red candles, right? The worst day we had was this candle here, this section here was on 11th of August, where we were kind of more bearish, but that was it. After that, we've been bullish the whole time, right? The bulls were in total control like here. And I did mention to the private group as well, the personal group, I said to them, I said, I've got a feeling that basically this could be a bear trap. Right, so I had a long voice message and everything. I said to them, I said, this could be a bear trap, because the way it looks, you can tell that this is looking like a bear trap. So the bears were not in control here, the bulls were, but they were just trapping them just to basically liquidate them and everything. So I hope this kind of makes sense, and you can actually find this in some of the links. I did talk about it in some of my previous links. I don't actually promote the links anymore because I've had a bit of issue with these, like too many questions and too many things, and I can't be bothered, guys. I haven't got time for all of this stuff, but it's there and it's fascinating. So every now and then, I mean, I don't show it on the videos mostly these days, but back in the days I did show it a lot. I do like to show what's happening inside the thing, and something I made for the community to help them out. Anyway, let's talk about the subject on hand, right? So what did Bitcoin just do? Well, remember yesterday we talked about it on a video, and we said, like, look, we've got these resistance lines, right, forming here. So this was a resistance line, this was a support line, and we mentioned how this was a support line. You can see yesterday's video, and we talked about it, how this was a support line. And what was quite fascinating, and we also have a trend line here, obviously, and we're saying if we do come down, we should bounce on the trend line and then obviously bounce back up again. And these would be our support zones. Now, I'll be honest with you, we were not expecting this. Because of how this was looking, we were getting lower lows, lower lows. We thought, okay, we might even come back, and it's absolutely normal for us to come back down and test this trend line and then bounce, right? So the idea was for us to come down here and then bounce back up again. Right, but we didn't. We did a complete 360, a complete reversal, and it just annihilated all of this bears, as you can see, right, which was insane, right, looking at this. But more than that, actually holding this support zone, this was just beautiful. So this is another beautiful thing that we can see, that we're making these brand new support zones rather than going straight up parabolic, which is going like this, which is unhealthy. We're not doing this. We're actually moving sideways, creating support, moving sideways, creating support, moving sideways, which is beautiful, beautiful. So this is the kind of stuff we want to see, right? So this was a complete 360, which is brilliant, brilliant. Also, what I wanted to do was actually put a fib on this, just on this particular one, and see what it's telling us, like what we could expect today. So today we could be expecting to see the $47,000 trade today. So I did mention to everybody that I have a trade to activate at the $47,000. If we hit this Fibonacci level, I think it's going to activate, and let's see where it takes us. But this was just insane, seeing the bullish nature inside the volume. So we know that majority of this volume that we're seeing here are not sell, majority of these are buys. So this was really, really cool to see. Also how the total, you can see the entire market reacted with it as well. The entire market, I mean, we were down here bearish, right, and the entire market ended up basically doing this massive pump. So if we take a measurement tool, and you can see how the entire market reacted from this specific point to here where we are currently. So let's not I mean, I can actually do the top. Let's do the top as well. If you look at the top, we did a almost 6.7% pump. The entire global market did that, which is insane. Because remember, we were talking about we're going to come and test that $2 trillion mark. This is just shooting straight for it. Once we get there, obviously we'll adjust the parameters and say basically what the next target would be. But for now, this is just insane. I have no other words to describe it apart from saying this is insane, right? So far so good, everything looking happy. Also, we've been holding the what's it called, the MA. Like, let's get the MA for you, right? Let's get the MA for you so you can actually see moving average. We've been holding that moving average, 200 moving average as well, which is fantastic. So again, Bitcoin's leading the entire market. As you can see here, we've been holding that. So we did fall below and we came back again. And this is just kind of a confirmation for us saying that, guys, we're not stopping. We are going to break this line, and we're going to break this 200-day moving average trend line, and we're going back up again. So it should be really, really awesome. Before August, well, we're in middle of August. I've got a feeling it will, bro. You know, I hope you're a brother, Tamil gamer. Okay, no worries. Let me say this to you, brother. Anna would be a right word to use. Let me say this. If we enter this $47,000 box, right? So let's get rid of this Fibonacci, right? And let's just do it this way, right? Let me move this as well. Let me move this Fibonacci as well, so we can see a clear picture where we are. Actually, we don't even need this. Give me a second. Let me get rid of this. So you see this box here. I'll just tap on it, and you can actually see the prices activate. So this $46,853 to this $49,733. This can be a tough zone for us to break through. But once we smash through this, my brother, we should go and find support here. That's what we're looking for. If we can find support here, then we end up moving forward and we go even further, right? So that's the idea, because you can see this yellow box, we don't really have much traffic here. If we were closer here, we would have seen more of a resistance, but because this was not much of a much of a resistance zone, as you can see, I've done the color coding. I put a red box and a yellow box, and what I did was I moved it forward to say we're going to find a medium kind of a battle here, but not too much. And what we should be able to do is, once we crack this support here, move here, test this, come back down again, test the support, and then move up and hopefully smash through this. All right, and if we do smash through this, and I'll show you my other chart, I've actually got it written down here. So this particular area here, this $59,000, right? So this level here, let me highlight it for you so you can actually see what it's showing. Let me highlight it for you. So if I highlight this box, it will show you the price. You can see this 58,334 and this 59,714. So if we go to this $58,300 level, my brother, I'll tell you, we are going to shoot. We're going to go for the moon. And as you can see, I've written this long time ago, a few weeks ago, I think I wrote this. I said bull market continues. Also on the same chart, I wrote official bear market if we enter this particular zone. I'm getting onto ADA. ADA's coming very soon. So just bear with me, I'm coming there, my bro. So that's what we're looking at. So 50K should be achievable. Also, based on the Fibonacci's that we did previously, as you can see here, our next target is actually the $50,500 level. So we are definitely coming there. I'm gonna just zoom in just to show you, right? Based on the Fibonacci's on these particular, this was based on this particular level here. In fact, we can change this now. If we change this and move it over to the next support zone, this was the next support zone for us, and this is fine. Okay, we can use this as the body. You can see the next target for the Fibonacci is actually the $56,000 level. So things are changing and moving rapidly, and I've mentioned to somebody else as well, when we're moving this particular way, we should follow the trend. Okay, so go with the direction of the market, don't trade against it, you're gonna get wrecked, right? So I hope you understand this, right? So let's move over to Ethereum. So I want to do Ethereum before we get to Cardano. You're gonna love this one, right? What I just saw in Ethereum, you can see this is on a daily, and you can see this, and this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen on a chart. The most amazing thing. We have never ever seen anything quite like it anywhere on this chart, right? But literally, you can see how flat this has been. We have literally found resistance on this specific point, resistance and support, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. And today is the 7th day, and we finally broke it. This is insanely bullish, right? Because again, on this chart, I can actually show you something as well. Let me show you, let me go to my scripts. All right. Let me show you this. You're gonna be fascinated about this. So this one, what it does, it activates the auto support and resistance zone, right? And we can move it just to show you that it does work. So if we look at the hourly, for example, you can see right? This is on an hourly, by the way. You can see we only had some sort of a resistance here, and we broke through this. We smashed through this. If we do, say, 2 hourly, you can see very little resistance here. 3 hourly, very little, right? This is how fascinating this is, right? You can see that, again, here, very little. And when we go to the daily, right, this is insane what we're seeing here. There is absolutely no resistance apart from coming back to the previous all-time high. So right now we have this clear area to do whatever we want. Honestly, thanks. I'm subscribing you for me giving clarity about anytime, bro. Thank you very much for subscribing. I really do appreciate it. It does really help the channel as well, and I'm trying to do an honest thing here as well. Honestly, I just want to help everybody out. You know, it doesn't cost anything. I just want to keep your mind clear. That's more important, because I'm not here for the showmanship. I'm not here, you know, for anything. I don't get promoted. I don't get paid to do this. I do this off my own back for a small community of people, and you're now part of that community as well. And I'll always answer questions if I can. That's the most important thing, right? So this is what we're seeing on Ethereum. So if we did see this in Ethereum, we've got something quite fascinating happening also as well. So if we go back to Ethereum, and if we just use this specific zone here and say, right, this is where we had our previous support and resistance, right? And we just take it even from this particular level, the next price target is the $35,000 level. But there's more fascinating stuff. So if we use the same specific level and we go to the bottom of where we were, this is how insane it is. It kind of brings us back to this. And this is perfect, because as soon as we break this specific level here on a daily, right? Sorry, 1 second, wrong one. See this specific zone, this support and resistance zone. Well, we are going back on a run. And I think from that point onwards, we can start using our Fibonacci's, which we used before, where we predicted like what we can expect. So if we just use this and use this specific low, we were expecting a $5,700 Ethereum back in the days. We expected this, and I think this is what's going to happen. Also, I don't really need these anymore because these are all invalidated apart from this box. So I'm going to leave that box, take these. These are all now invalidated. These are not trend lines anymore. And sadly, we don't even have a trend line here because we actually broke through the trend line. So I can't really even put a trend line here to say, guys, this will be our new trend line, something like this. I can't do that because we don't have a trend line. This is now become insane, and I'm very, very bullish on it. Anybody holding Ethereum, just hold on. Also, somebody asked me yesterday that he wants to start staking Ethereum, and I want to answer this question. And this is what I said to him as well, so the whole community can know. He was saying, bro, what's your opinion on if I start staking right now for Ethereum 2.0? My opinion to him was, and my advice was, don't wait for the market to top out. Once the market tops out and we finish the bull cycle, take your profits, rebuy, right? So buy the Ethereum again and then stake it, because that way you can kill two birds with one stone. Number one, you make all the money you can imagine, you make that, and then you go in and you basically buy it cheap at the bottom of the market, stake it, because ETH 2.0 is not going anywhere. You know, the staking is not going anywhere. So it doesn't matter, because even now they haven't activated it. So it doesn't matter. We still got I would say a year, 2 year maybe. They said 1 year. They said beginning of 2022. Let's see if they can meet that timeline. If they can't, then 2022, 2023, not a problem. It's not too late. But right now, if you lock your Ethereum, you can't take those profits to rebuy again, if that makes any sense to you. Now let's move over to Cardano, because obviously this is part of the subject today. And Cardano smashed through all of our lines. There's no point even drawing anything here. Cardano is just doing, it's on a rip right now. Okay, so let's talk about Cardano and what I see for Cardano. This is insane what I saw. So if I put it Cardano on this particular section here as the body, and this is the all-time high, right? And this is what I was seeing. How far are we from the all-time high? That was all I wanted to see. We are actually only 10% away from the all-time high. Right, we're 10% away from the all-time high. I mean, guys, 10-11%, that's insane. That's insane. That means Cardano is about to go and flip its own all-time high before any other coin in the market. If you look carefully, every other coin in the market, the all-time high, for example, these prices, we haven't beat them. We haven't even gone there. Price Price prediction for which one, bro? Just tell me which one and I'll do that for you. But what we're seeing here, for example, so all-time highs, all of these coins, the all-time highs, right? We're still way below. We're nowhere near that. But Cardano's about to go and do that all-time high. It's about to go and smash that all-time high. And if we actually take, say even today, or actually we'll take yesterday's closing candle. Let's take yesterday's closing candle and let's use this particular level here. This is how insane it is. I'm not making this up. I just did this in front of you. Look at the point from here. This is 0. This is where we just used yesterday's. The current target, the Fibonacci is telling us, 1618, which is exactly on the all-time high. How insane is that, right? We just did that on the video. How insane is that? This is based on yesterday's close. It's not even today's close. So it's telling us the target is the actual previous all-time high. That's how insane this is, right? So Cardano, I'm telling you. But I can tell you this much as well. Once we hit this level, what Cardano could possibly do. So we can actually have a small prediction as the brother wanted. So I'm going to do a prediction here. If we do a prediction here and we say, right, if this was the case, then what could we expect? So assuming, right, what we're going to do, we're going to use this specific level here because we do have enough candles here and a nice little level of support here. So we'll use this. And if we did put this around this specific level here, just here, we can see the next target for Cardano is at $2.85. That's almost close to $3. And again, there's a video coming out today, my brother, coming out at 7 p.m. UK time. So in approximately 4 hours, less than 4 hours, actually, it's coming out. That video does show you this same method where I would use, a certain level and I'll say, okay, could we possibly expect and based on what, right? So we do this and we can expect this. We're looking at approximately $3.5 Cardano. $3.5 Cardano. So that should be really interesting. Let's see. It's probably buy the hype, sell the news for other. It is. You're right. Okay. So Cardano today is announcing the Alonso launch. Okay. They are going to be announcing the Cardano Alonso launch today. It has so far, in my opinion, it has been buy the rumor, sell the news. But there's actually a lot more. So with Cardano, one of the fact is that 72% of all Cardano is actually locked in a staking pool. So the players, we have only 28% of liquid Cardano in exchanges, which is actually solid, very good for us because that is less danger. If we had the opposite, then we should be worried that big whales are gonna come and dump. But the good thing is we know that 72% or close to 75 actually is actually locked. That's the beauty about Cardano, it's locked. So of course these are probably just retail FOMO, mostly retail FOMO. Whales I don't think will be able to manipulate as much. And let's see where it goes. I think more of a dump we might happen is when it actually launches, right? So they are doing an announcement today. So check out Charles Hoskinson's channel. He's going to be doing an announcement there today. Check that out. I'm going to be waiting for that. He does a live AMA in his own time, basically, from Colorado. So when he does that, I'll check him out as well. So I'm going to see what he's talking about, what date he's going to be giving. And we see where we go from there. Another good thing is that Cardano already has partnerships with 100 different crypto companies. And they're all planning to build, or they pledged at least to build on Cardano. So let's see how this comes out. I mean, they've been doing so many testing. It's been 6 years now, and 6 years later, they're finally launching the first ever smart contract. But again, guys, take it with a pinch of salt. It's going to be the first launch. We need to give it at least 5-6 months to prove how robust it is, because any protocol needs to be battle tested. You can see there's so many hacks on Ethereum, so many hacks on Ethereum, so many projects that fail on Ethereum. Why? Because it wasn't properly battle tested, right? The smart contracts, I'm not talking about Ethereum. Ethereum obviously is battle tested now, but the point is the smart contracts, they do have vulnerabilities. Imagine a protocol, somebody comes out with a protocol which has a robust code base that doesn't matter what you build on it, can never be taken down. Imagine that. I think that would be one of the best chains to be on, you know, the best protocols. Cardano has the potential to do that, maybe because they are more academic backed, right? They're more, they back it through the university and education and all sorts of papers. That's what they do. They do a lot of studies before they launch a protocol. They do have a good chance. Another good candidate is Polkadot. So that's another one to watch out for. And Polkadot's not finished launching either. So that would definitely be something else to look out for. So yeah, I mean, Cardano. September hard fork, possibly. They definitely have to do a fork. They definitely have to do a fork, because the thing is into every, you know, when Cardano does their little they call it different names, right? They do like 5-6 phases, right? So what they do, they integrate certain code base on each hard fork. So they are kind of different. You know, the way the code base works, it's not like somebody can take it and clone it. It is kind of protected right now at this present moment. I think they haven't fully made it public, but whenever they do a hard fork, all they're doing is making sure that all the bugs and everything are taken out, and then they complete the software, if that makes any sense to you. So it's like a deploy the final software. So that's what they're going to do when they do the hard fork. So currently it's going to be mostly, Alonzo is going to be in more beta testing. Think about it this way, live beta testing. So there may be bugs and glitches. Once they finalize all of that, they will then probably do the hard fork, which they have to, in order to package everything, the whole source code, and then relaunch it again as a robust code. So that's what they will do. But again, if they have a hard fork, then this pump could be related to this hard fork. People could be trying to front run and, you know, buy the news, if that makes it, or like buy the rumor, if that makes any sense. And we could expect a hard fork dump during the hard fork. So remember, whenever there's hype around a coin, a lot of people would jump in, make money, whatever. But then whales could come in and just say, okay, now, do you know what? It's time for us to take profit, take money out. And that's what we'll do. That's what they will do. I mean, yesterday, if you're looking at from, where was it? $1.9 trillion, right? We had a dump of almost 8-9%. Just call it 10% for the sake of it. That's like $190 billion. Right, $190 billion wiped out almost instantly, right? That's how fast they can move money. There are big giants out there playing around. I don't want to call them institutions or anything. I think it's got to do with everybody. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. Let's see, hold on, fear and greed. Ultimately, it doesn't matter because what the most important thing is right now, even if the bulls come in, sorry, not the bulls, the institutions or whatever, they come in, they try and dump the market. Right, this is the entire market, very, very bullish. The market is a lot more in the greed mode right now because everybody believes, right, and this is what it is, it's got to do with social media, it's got to do with influencers as well. Everybody believes this market is going back to this level. Remember, we were at the $2.5 trillion level. Everybody believes that now. That's it. The bear run is over. Since we crossed this level, the bear run is over, and now we're just shooting back up again. So people's sentiment and belief is actually powering this more than anything else. Also, people who, you know, missed buying here ended up buying here. People who missed buying here and saw the price go up to there have bought back here again, and now they understand that, okay, this is not a joke. Bitcoin is not a joke. It has a future, and over time it can grow and be bigger, and it will carry the market until it doesn't, right? So what I mean by that is, currently it is the leader, it's leading the market. So whenever it goes up, everything goes up. Whenever it goes down, everything goes down. Sometime in the future, any one of these coins, or, you know, doesn't matter which one, we've got what, 11,241 coins. Any one of them could be the main mover, right? So they could start moving the market. Ethereum is a good candidate, could move the market. Cardano is a good candidate, could move the market. Polkadot, a few other coins I can talk about, they have the potential to move the market, right? So let's see where that goes. I personally, I mean, I don't want to say anything now, but right now, let's stick to the facts. The fact is Bitcoin is number one. It's still leading the market. We just want to stick to that and say, right, that's what's going on. Also, let me bring back the stochastic, so we got the moving averages. You can see that's fine, right? Let's bring back the heat map. Let's bring back the heat map just to kind of show you what we're seeing here. And I want to show you on a longer time frame, guys. That's the reason why I've brought you here. Move to new panel below. There we are. Let's bring it here. And for now, actually, this, you can see this is from old video. We're going to show, actually, I'm going to show you some more stuff on the stochastic RSI and everything as well, guys, because there is some really awesome stuff there. So let's move this like this. Let's do this here like this. Right. I want to show you some stuff on the, so on the weekly, obviously, you can see we're entering this bullish scenario here. We're turning to, once we start going completely blue like this, we are expecting a massive pump. And I have talked about it here as well. I'll show you on the stochastic. I said, look, we're not fully up there, so we do have some more room to grow. That's one. And if you look at the RSI, also you can see we had a bullish divergence forming here as well. And this was on the daily, done on the daily, but you can still see the pattern, right? So we are very bullish on those particular things. So far looking good. I was also looking at the monthly. Monthly, we're nowhere near bullish, right? So that means that we're getting momentum. And also if you then take this, so the idea is, we take this and we use this to our advantage and say, okay, this is what we had. What do we see happening here? And we can see a trend reversal happening here right now. How the bearishness, like, so we've got bullish, bearish, and we're about to take over and come back up again. So we are starting to become bullish. More and more people are bringing the money in. More and more volume is actually positive volume, all right, until we flip this. And if we become totally like this blue box here, this aqua blue, my God, it's going to be insane. This is when we're going to see a massive pump, parabolic pump, pushing us back over, back up, back up. Looking at Ethereum's, as you can see, again, this, what we just saw there and what we just saw here and what we're expecting, right? There could be a massive pump. Only thing we can see is RSI is telling us that it's a little bit overbought. We might see a little bit of a correction, but if you look at the stochastic RSI, it's saying we were already overbought here. We've had a fast correction and we're about to now go back up again. So as soon as we come back here, we could see a bounce, right? And that's what's going to be taking us to the next level. Again, I want to show the same thing on Cardano as well. Right, Cardano, as you can see, past few days, right? So since 24th of July, Cardano's been massively bullish, right? Overbought, very overbought. RSI is also warning us that, guys, be careful. We are too far up. As you can see, we're too far up. Right, we might actually see a little bit of a dump. So all I'm going to say is with Cardano, if you're hodling Cardano, good luck, carry on. I'm hodling until 2025. That's my personal thing. You do you, I do me. But if you are planning to jump into Cardano, please be careful. Follow the stochastic RSI, follow the RSI itself, right? RSI right now is indicating overbought. There should be a dump. But stochastic RSI is saying, you know, it hasn't come back down again. When it starts to point down, it is high. But ideally, where you want to buy is whenever the stochastic RSI is down here somewhere, below this particular range here, if it's down here, start buying. That's what you need to be doing. This is not financial advice. You do you, I do me. But the point is these are the zones where you should be buying, regardless what price it is. So these, you know, that have potential to move up again. Okay, there might be a few days or a few weeks of bearishness, but ultimately it will still go up. So you can follow this and you can basically work on that one. But right now, just be careful if you are looking at a trade or anything like this. It is pumping hard, and the max right now we're going to see a massive resistance at this 1618 level, which is the previous all-time high. So just be careful. That's all I can say. The $2.30 basically, just be careful. Other than that, guys, I'm not going to make this any longer. I hope this was informative, and I do suggest everybody go check out the video at 7 p.m. today. So in about currently, yeah, it's about 3.5 hours time. The video is going to be premiering. I won't be there, but I have auto set it up so you can see it. It's a very good video for everybody to watch to understand what Bitcoin can potentially do. Also, make sure to watch Charles Hoskinson's channel today as well. He's going to be announcing the Alonzo hard fork and the date, the date. So we're going to double check on all of those things and see where we go. I hope all of you guys found value. Thank you very much to the brothers who came here. Yamvi, thank you. Thank you, my Tamil gamer, Anna. And let's hope to catch ourselves again as soon. And thank you very much for coming to the stream. And see where we go, right? So other than that, adios my amigos. I hope this was all helpful. Like, share, subscribe, and let's spread the love and grow the community. Okay, so thank you very much for coming to the stream. Really appreciate it. All the new subscribers as well. You guys are awesome. The channel's been growing about 10-15 subscribers a day, so it's been growing rapidly. It's awesome. Thank you. I really do appreciate this. Adios, my amigos.